With the Denver Broncos staying pat and holding the line at the trade deadline, it would seem as if the Broncos feel they have the pieces in place to make a playoff push now. But recent reports show that maybe the Denver Broncos have engaged in a master plan to find the quarterback of the future. We're going to dive in on this video. Are the Broncos engaged in a secret mission to find the quarterback of the future? Let's dive in. So according to multiple sources, the Denver Broncos sent their top scouts last night to the USC-Washington game to look at the best quarterbacks in the nation, some would say. We had Caleb Williams and Pennix playing last night. Obviously, we all saw the news that Caleb Williams lost that game and seemed to be crying on the sideline, and you have people both ways saying, oh, he's soft, look at him crying, or hey, what a great competitor he is. But the fact is, last night, the Broncos sent their GM, George Paton, to go and scout Caleb Williams. That, to me, is a massive piece of news because we remember famously the Broncos didn't send anyone to scout Josh Allen, even though he was about 45 minutes from Denver. And so the fact that you send not just like your normal everyday scout, but you send your general manager, to me, that is a massive sign that the Broncos are interested in one of these players. And it wasn't just him. They sent their general manager and their assistant general manager to go. And to me, like that's pretty big. You don't just send the number one guy, you send the number one and two. You see a bunch of other teams here obviously are scouting players and looking at them, but no one as high ranking as we sent with the Broncos to go scout. So this is a very big draft class after having maybe not any great quarterbacks in the draft. We have Caleb Williams, Shedeur Sanders, Bo Nix. You got Michael Pennix. You got that cat from North Carolina. A lot of quarterback talent, but the question is, do we already have our quarterback? We're breaking that down later in this week. Is Russel Wilson the quarterback of our future? But this is interesting. Now, the Denver Broncos truly need to look at the quarterback of the future because the chances are they are going to have a pick pretty early on and able to move on. So this is ESPN's prediction of where teams are going to end up in the draft this year, with the biggest prediction being that the Cardinals are going to end up with the number one pick. But the Cardinals have Murray, and they gave a lot of money to him. And so either they trade that back perhaps, or are they going to move on from their quarterback in Murray? Although they just named him a captain and he's an absolute beast. So not sure what you think on there. The Bears are going to have a top pick, whether it's theirs or Carolina's. But they also have Justin Fields, which a lot of people thought could be a quarterback of the future. So both, right there, you could see a quarterback going 1-2 early on. The Giants have Jones, but they just paid him top money. So what are they going to do? Moving down here, obviously, I think the Commanders would be looking for a quarterback. What are the Packers truly feel about Love? We saw him earlier this year. I was not too impressed. The Patriots, very interesting. I could see Belichick's last ride wanting to go young, but is he willing to wait around? He is on the verge of being the winningest coach in NFL history. Maybe instead he tries to pick up a veteran quarterback who can help them win now rather than help him win in a couple of years. The Raiders, who knows what's going to happen? This is where the rumor comes out that Deion Sanders would go to the Raiders only with Shedeur. So if they pick Shedeur early on, and then here's the Broncos at 9. So I think for sure there's a very good possibility. If we're 9, I kind of hope Broncos, we make the playoffs and we're not 9, we're 20, 21, 22. But if we are 9, I think we could easily move up because I think a lot of these players have a quarterback or maybe are not interested in training. But the other thing I thought would be super interesting to look at here is just the Denver Broncos are one of the oldest teams in football, and that can be a good thing if your age is because you got a guy like Tom Brady leading the charge. But look, the Denver Broncos are the third oldest team in football, and we need to start replenishing with some young talent. Obviously, guys like Justin Simmons and Russell Wilson are pushing our average age higher, and if they're still performing as elite players, that's fine. But we need to build. We need to get young, and I think if it's easy to say that the Broncos haven't drafted well in a while, but if you actually look at our past draft class, we have some rookies who are absolutely balling out. And so I trust in George Paton. I trust in Sean Payton to get us some players who are going to keep adding, keep being huge value adds. You look here at Marvin Mims has been a stud. I think obviously our undrafted guys in Jaleel McLaughlin and the cornerback we broke down last week have been fantastic. And so the Broncos need to add young talent to keep getting better. What do you think, Denver? Are the Broncos going to draft the quarterback of the future in the next round draft? Are we going to have a top 5 pick, or are we going to have a playoff pick? Weigh in. Thanks for watching.